All right, for my channel, it's primarily a workout channel, filming my workouts, but also I'm just gonna talk to myself, because I think a lot. So a lot of times when I'm working out, the thought comes into my head, why am I doing this? And I can come up with a lot of different reasons. But the first one that comes to my mind is to be in shape, to get in better shape, to take care of my body, to be healthy, to be strong, to have endurance. That's number one. Another good reason I do it is for discipline, to discipline myself, to make myself do something and stick to it. Even when I don't feel like doing it. Hang on, here comes somebody. Oh well, they can see me talking to myself. I see this lady all the time. She cuts through the parking lot. But back to what I was saying. I want to build discipline and just have a disciplined lifestyle, be a disciplined person. A lot of times when I don't feel like working out, I still make myself go do it. And I usually get over that feeling of not wanting to do it pretty quickly once I get started. Hang on, I'm gonna take a sip of water. And a sip of Red Bull. Good evening.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Yeah, right? That's my friend. I don't know her name, but she's pretty pleasant. She's always smiling, always says hello. She called me buff one day, said I was looking buff. So you gotta love that. But back to what I was saying. I want to be a disciplined person. I don't want to be lazy. Sometimes I like being lazy a little bit, but I cannot make a habit out of that. I can't stand laziness. I really don't like lazy people. So I want to be disciplined in my life. I think it builds character. That's the type of person I want to be. And when I don't feel like exercising, I make myself do it. I get started and I usually get over that feeling of not wanting to do it pretty quickly, like I said. So I work out because I want to be healthy, I want to be strong, and I want to be disciplined. Also, another reason is I want to be attractive to the opposite sex. I want attention from women. So I figure, be in shape. I've always thought that. Like as a man, I'm attracted to a woman who has a nice figure. And I think it's safe to say a lot of women are attracted to men who have a good figure, who look in shape, who look like they take care of themselves. I think women notice that. As long as you don't have a big old belly and you got some broad shoulders, good firm chest, big arms. I actually had 2 different girls in my life tell me that they feel safe in my arms. Like whenever I'm holding them or hugging them. This has always stuck out to me. I'll always remember this. 2 different girls I was dating told me, Josh, I feel safe in your arms. And that made me feel good. But another reason I work out is just to occupy my time. If I'm not at work, it's like, what am I going to be doing? I need to have a hobby. I've always believed people need hobbies. You need to occupy yourself. How are you going to spend your time? Hang on, I see somebody. How are you going to spend your time? Are you going to sit there and watch TV? Are you going to sit there and play video games? Nothing against that. If that's your thing, cool. I'm not hating on you. It's just not something I want to do. And I feel like a lot of people who play video games are really sensitive about that. As soon as you tell them you don't play video games, excuse me, they get real defensive. They come with some smart ass reply. You know, I ran into that a lot, especially grown men who play video games. Nothing against it, but it's just not for me. And I generally don't get along with guys who play video games. They're just real childish in a way to me. Nothing against you if you play video games. Please don't take it personal. But this is my hobby. This is how I pass my time, spend my time. Working out. I also like reading. I enjoy reading a lot. It's like mental exercise. It's working out for your brain. I can tell it helps with my speech, helps with my attention span. Just overall, it's good. And what type of books do I read, you might ask? I read a lot of, all the books I get from my dad. He's got a real good collection of books, his own little library. And they're all pretty much like books based off the Bible. Books that talk about prophecy, history, faith, stuff like that. For example, he had a book he gave me, which I unfortunately lost when I had to get rid of my van. I had all my stuff in it. That's another story. But it was called The Quantum and Non-Quantum States of Our Lord Jesus Christ. Thought I heard something. But it was a pretty complicated book. It got into physics and biology, science. And in a nutshell, they pretty much talked about how Jesus could pass through different dimensions, through different realms. Like after Jesus came back from the dead, you know, he would just appear to the disciples. Like, how did he get out of that tomb, right? With the big boulder in front. It talked about all of that. I had to read it. I think I read it 3 times, and it was still way over my head. But it was good reading. I wish I still had that book. A lot of the books my dad gives me, they don't print them anymore. Like, they're real hard to find. I also enjoy reading novels, like American literature. One of my favorite books of all times is Of Mice and Men. That was a good one, and it wasn't that long of a book either. I always liked The Count of Monte Cristo. I'm saying it wrong, pardon me. What else? 1984, I like that a lot. Atlas Shrugged, I read that a couple times. You can apply that to the world today. But I enjoy reading a lot. I just try to have positive things to pass my time. Unfortunately, I don't have a family of my own. It just is what it is. I always wanted one. It never worked out for me. I've always pretty much been single. I've had relationships in my life, but they never really lasted. It's just the girl wasn't interested in me anymore, so I'm not going to chase them. You know, there's been a lot of girls I really liked, But it seems like the more you let a girl know you like her, they're just unattracted to you. And I don't like treating women bad. I mean, I've been guilty of that where I mistreat women. And I'm ashamed of it. I'm not proud of it at all. I regret it. So, in a relationship, I just would rather be single because it always seems like either the girl likes me and I'm not interested, I'm looking for greener pasture, so to speak, or it's the opposite. I like the girl more than she likes me and she's not interested. So I just figure I'll spend my time being single. It's less headache, you know. And like I said, yeah, I would have liked to have a family and have kids, but it just never happened. And the older I get, the more I realize I'm not going to have kids. You know, I'm going to be old and alone, which I don't let it bother me. I'll deal with it. Sometimes people try to make me feel bad about it, but that's their problem, not mine. Something's wrong with them, so I just ignore it. I try not to argue with people or get into confrontations, but so I really stick to myself a lot, which I don't mind. Like I said, that's the whole point of me having pastimes and hobbies, is to occupy my time, to keep myself busy, and I try to do positive things. You know, I exercise my body, I exercise my mind. I'm doing this YouTube channel, I think it's a positive thing to do. Like I said, it's better than sitting and watching TV. I don't watch TV at all. I do enjoy, you know, I'll get on YouTube, I'll watch documentaries. There's certain channels on YouTube I like to follow. But I try to keep my screen time down. But, so originally I was talking about why do I work out. There's 100 different reasons. And I could keep going. But let me talk about my workout tonight. So yesterday, I made a chin-up bar, a pull-up bar, whatever you want to call it. I found a stick of 1-inch electrical conduit by the dumpster in my apartment complex, and as soon as I saw it, I thought, ooh, I know what I can do with that. I can make a pull-up bar. And I had some blue nylon rope laying around. So I took that and I tied it up to 2 trees by my workout spot. And I work out in a parking lot of a bank, which is right by my apartment complex. So tonight's workout, I have a timer set for 15 minutes. Every time that timer goes off, I'm going to go do a set of pull-ups or chin-ups if you want to be technical, because honestly I can't do pull-ups right now. I'm not that strong. I weigh 240 pounds, by the way. A lean 240 pounds. And I'm 6'2", so I carry my weight well, I believe. So I'm doing my pull-ups. I'm doing my ab roller, sets of 15. I might even do 20. And then I'm running laps around the parking lot. Like running, not a full-on sprint, but a fast enough pace where after I do 1 lap, you know I'm breathing pretty hard. I'm going to work my way up to doing 2 laps, 3 laps at that same pace. So I'm doing that every 15 minutes. I got my timer on now. I've already done 1 set. I really don't count my sets. I just go until I push myself to failure, I guess. That's another reason I don't go to the gym anymore, honestly, because I don't have a vehicle right now. But that's one thing that really started getting on my nerves at the gym, is people coming up and asking how many more sets I got. I just don't like that. If I'm at the gym and there's a machine I want to use and somebody's using it, I don't go up to them and ask, how many more sets you got? I go do something else, or I wait for them to get off. I don't like to rush people. I don't like to be rushed. And actually, I had an incident at the gym that happened once, and this guy was being a complete dick about it. All right, timer's up. Gotta go.